Good day, everybody. Still here. Daily Market Pulse, Monday, August 11th, 2012. 2014, not 2012, sorry, 2014. So stocks higher once again. They were up on Friday. They really catapulted today, led by the NASDAQ. Volume, however, eased a fair amount, quite a bit on the NASDAQ, just a smidgen on the S&P. Um, so decent bounce, decent confirmation, good upside. Kind of the things we talked about regarding the put call ratio that we were expecting a bounce. Here it is. They're at about 38% at this point on the retracement back up. They have room, of course, for 50%. They can push it to that level, see if they can do that or not. Let's go to charts. There's the Dow. There's the push. That's Friday's actually. Let me see if I can even get today's. And there it is. So a little bump up in the rising window, and then into 16.6 after the big push on Friday was even better. So now you need to clear the 16.6 level. Ideal to go to the next level near 16.750. That's about it right now. So they may come back and retest. There still could be a sell-off and a flush. We'll go to the put-call ratio in a moment just to see what it looks like after today. There's the rising window on the S&P as well. Coming off the support of the channel, 1900 to 1920, room to the moving average is above. And if I go back, let's do this instead. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. Go high to low, and you're going to see that we're actually right into the 38.2 in terms of our closing price. It almost tagged 50%, but we're looking at 50%, and the moving average is above as a target for the time being on the upside. Let's see if they accomplish that or not. Now, the NASDAQ is what led. It gapped significantly higher, right into the 20-day moving average. There's a window directly above, right below 44.50, around 44.35. So got another 35 points, almost 10%, or pardon me, 1% to the upside. On the NASDAQ, potentially still, that could happen as early as tomorrow, unless they pause this, come back down to the window. The support will be the window below that 43.20. From that vantage point, targets are 44.50 or higher, depending on how they negotiate the next couple of days. And then we're going to go over to the TSX at this point. TSX coming off the 50, coming off the pivot area, bouncing into the other moving averages, and where the polarity was right at about 15.2. So room still above that. We'll see what they accomplish. Everything still seems to be on the upside. As you can see, we do not have any lower lows at this point. The lows are established the same. So if anything, we may be looking at a neutral movement, which would take us back to the recent highs around 15.5 and 15.525. Let's go right over to the US dollar, Canadian dollar. Not sure we're going to have today's candle. We do not, so that's fine. So there's a resistance area for now, holding reasonably well. Still looking for higher levels potentially, but it may not be all that robust right now. Euro US dollars holding 133.50. It's still looking for upside there as well. You can see the divergence in the stochastics for sure. Prices were coming down to sideways where stochastics was actually already rising. With the markets up at least a little bit, treasuries were also up just a little bit. They finished right at flush for the day for the most part. So they came into 139 last week, blew into 140, retraced, looked like a shooting star, but not. And then so looking like selling. So the polarity really is directly below, right at 139. So 139 current support, below 139 takes you to 138, possibly 137, but right now they're holding 139 for the time being. On the treasuries, we have Japanese yen coming off as a support area down below, coming into the moving averages, and still looking for 99, in my opinion, as a target on the upside. Gold and silver bumped up a little bit as well, but not much. It was all fairly moderate. Bumped up higher, and then you can see here based on the upper Bollinger Band, it came in and retraced, finishing slightly in the red compared to Friday's close, but that's where the moving averages are. It's above the 20, which is still declining. The 50 is barely rising. The 8 is rising as well. So this is a good place for a pause or retracement and a refresh before another move. Plus, it is a little on the overbought side, coming into a potential resistance area as well. And then we have silver. Silver came in, held steady right around the 1975 to almost the $20 mark. Looking for a still bump up toward 2050. Initially below 1975 or 1950. You're looking at much lower, like 1850 on the downside. Crude is holding 97 and bumped up, made a new high today relative to Friday's and Thursday's highs, including all the other highs for the most part in recent times. And then not quite at 99, but we're still looking for a bump into 99. and possibly the century mark as a starting point for crude going forward. Here is the small caps. There is your support across 110, 111. A rising window today through the former declining window, and then sort of tagging the other window that was there as well around 114. So 113 initial target broken through, 114 the next target for a closing price, and slightly higher than that, 114.50 more like it. So not overbought yet, but looking for that established move higher. The VIX did come back down off 17.50 into the 13.80 to $14 range. There's a window there as well, support, moving averages, etc., etc. So that's all good and fine and dandy so far. And so from here, let's probably look at the put call ratio. Let's actually move this around a little bit. That's probably better for you. Okay, so there's the put call ratio now. You can see it's come back down right to 101. Price action near 194 on the SPY, and the VIX has come back down below. So there could still be a the one on the put call ratio may actually act as support. We see abouts, but it's hard to say. They're grinding this thing to the upside at the moment. Let's see if they manage and what they do going forward.